Hey there, it's Anonymous Tea, where we spill the tea anonymously. Hello, 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 everyone. Hello, YouTubers. Hope you guys are all having an amazing day today, sending good vibes, sending positivity, sending blessings, and good energy to each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. So today we are talking love and marriage Hansel. You guys know why you're here. There's been so much going on in these love and marriage Hansel streets, you guys. I am going to be reacting to the original Straight No Chasers video of receipts and just all kinds of things in regards to Martell's plans, his side of the story, that he's brainwashed his mistress, and all these other things, and an alleged associate of Martell, and some of the claims that he was making. We are going to get into all of it, you guys. And in light of Melody Cherie going back to the short due for season 7, is why we have this picture up here. Because I'm excited. I love Mel's hair regardless of however she wears it, but I love the little throwback and the update to the little Mel swoop style that she wore in the earlier seasons. So nonetheless, let's get into it. So first off, shout out to the original Straight No Chaser. She plays this like 5-minute audio of Martell's side chick around the time she was pregnant, around the time that all the drama took place with this video that Martell has released only his portion to Tasha K and to the masses, that went viral in the neighborhood talk, in the shade room, and everywhere else. And basically they were on the phone, and the side chick was confirming, Martell's version of events and all these things, and she claims that she was saying that Martell was being petty by not letting Melody Cherie get her belongings and get like her purses and her fur and all these other things. Also, for whatever reason, the side chick was trying to make digs at Melody Cherie about her being a parent, but this also was the time. So apparently Martell went MIA on the side chick, right? Probably because he was trying as a last-ditch effort to say anything to Melody Cherie for them to, never break up for good. Because basically they were talking about how he disappeared for a few months and didn't basically show back up with the side chick until like around the time around a month or so before the baby was born. Like didn't return basically until December, and I guess within a couple of months basically blew through that $37,000, including Mel's portion of that money too, which technically is all of it, as far as I'm concerned. So there is that. But I mean, the side chick, she just reminded me so much of how she was at the beginning, how she was just always hyper, she was always on edge, she was always sitting on ready, like it was time to battle everybody, as if she just lacked the self-awareness that she was the side chick, that she is openly sleeping with a married man, openly trying to elevate herself on the same level as somebody's wife, and trying to down somebody who is another mother when you've got your own scandalous situation taking place. Like it was just completely and utterly ridiculous, and it was the audacity for me. Also, she wanted to blame Melody Cherie for, quote, bringing her up on the show, and this is where the side chick and Martell and others lose the argument for me. Melody Cherie has never referred to this side chick by name. She hasn't, nobody really in the cast has until much later on, right? But the fact of the matter is the cheating was exposed, but the person who the cheating was about wasn't. We didn't know who the mistress was. The mistress could have been anybody as far as I was concerned. The fact of the matter was there was cheating. There was other cast members who kept alluding to the cheating and kept poking the bear to avoid talking about their own storylines and their own lives. So it wasn't just Melody Cherie talking about it. And then Martell leaned into the cheating himself by calling his mistress a peasant, by, thinking that he could expose his other cast members, such as Maurice and Marceau, and allege the 20 girlfriends and allege all these things, and thought that it was going to stick like his cheating did, except for none of the alleged mistresses were ever going to come forward. Because they're not messy, they're not sloppy, they're not unhinged like your side chick is, Martell. So she has in this warped mind that she needed to be on the show because they're discussing her name, but even though they never said her name, But she's like, they're talking about me, they're using me for a storyline, blah, 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 blah. Whoa. First of all, this is Melody Cherie's show. This is Melody Cherie's life. We complain all the time on these reality TV shows that people are not telling their real lives, and this is a real thing that's happening. Her husband is cheating on her. Her husband is, impregnating his mistress. Why wouldn't she talk about it? This is her life. But this notion that you deserve to check, no, I'm sorry. You have had, 5 years now, 5-6 years now to get it together. You could have done all these ventures. You could have really elevated yourself and made a career doing something. But instead, you decided to just spill all of the tea for free and even do, double back and lying on certain things whenever you and Martell were cool. Whenever you and Martell were cool, it was back to bashing Mel and all these crazy versions of events that Martell has told you. But whenever Martell left you on ice, like the side chick you are, then all of a sudden it's, don't sleep with married men and all these other things, right? You have a moment of clarity, right? But it's all BS because Martell is the one that basically covers everything for you, right? So that's that with the side chick, right? But really the meat and potatoes of the original Straight No Chasers video that I want to get into is this correspondence with this alleged confidant, somebody who is a close associate of some sort, to Martell, that basically was in contact with the original Straight No Chaser in some DMs, basically after Martell got arrested. As we know, Martell tried to say in the Tasha K interview that, he was arrested, and the reason that, he was still, basically there for a little bit longer was that the staff had a change of shift. And that wasn't it. Basically, in Alabama law, you have to be in holding for so long whenever there is any type of DV charges, because you want to give time for the victim basically to be in a place of safety. And then there was some incorrect information in which the associate of Martell was trying to make it seem like Mel just, decided on his birthday to just go to the police and have this warrant. That is not true. The fact of the matter is, and Mel has confirmed this, in August of last year was when she filed all of the charges and processed everything for the warrant. And around that time, that was when, over the couple of months prior, where we were getting all of the tea from Carson Blue and others about this revenge P, we were getting now other people confirming what happened, including Martell's side chick. So that was all evidence to support those inappropriate text messages / videos / media that Martell was sending. Martell tried to diminish this in the Tasha K interview, that it was nothing, that it was just like a text or whatever and a screenshot. No. It was a lot more than that. And this notion that, Martell is just going to jail for fun, especially in Huntsville, where it's clear, at least the family court judge is completely biased against Mel. So there's no way that they're, just arresting Martell just to arrest him. If there is evidence supporting those charges and he's getting arrested for it, it's because he did it. There's nothing else to really debate about that, right? So then, of course, another lie was that they're still pushing this Melody Cherie and the councilman thing, you guys, and I don't know why. But according to him, he was trying to say that, Mel was out of town when Martell was arrested, and she was out of the country or somewhere with the alleged councilman, the same councilman that Martell had a meltdown over, and all of these other things. But Mel confirmed at her event with Carlos King on the 21st, you guys, that once she heard about Martell's arrest, she wanted to go grab her kids. That was the first thing on her mind, because Carlos King had called her to check on her, and she said, I appreciate, the well wishes, all this, but I need to find my kids. I need to go get my kids. So that doesn't sound like somebody who is out of town or out of the country or unable to attend to her kids because she's not available. and out on a trip with somebody. And the audacity to this associate as well as Martell being so concerned about Melody Cherie Rogers and whether or not she's romantically involved with somebody, whether or not she's, doing whatever, whether it is trips, romance, whatever, the audacity to even be concerned about that. Meanwhile, you are spending Melody Cherie Rogers money on all of your mistresses. And that's correct, all of them, because the main side chick isn't the only one, you guys. But even Martell's associate basically confirmed that Martell blew this money, basically Melody Cherie's money, but blew that $37,000 was spending it on different women and trying to trick on him and make it seem like he was this rich guy, and also was using it to invest in women's businesses, because basically the friend confirmed, the associate confirmed, that Martell is all about trying to get rich quick and is all about trying to invest in anything that is going to make him a quick buck, right? And so, which is not a shock to us, right? Not a shock to us at all. And so then it was confirmed, of course, once that other mistress that Martell was messing with as well, that other side chick, remember the one where, he was on the property with her and all these other things, and he was in Atlanta a lot, and people thought he was in Atlanta to be with Sheree for their quote-unquote business arrangement or whatever, but even Candy and Kenya exposed that there was somebody else that was there in Atlanta that Martell was seeing, and for whatever reason, the side chick just refuses to, believe that there are not other people, right? She just refuses to believe. Or maybe she does know, and she doesn't care, as long as Martell pays her bills, which is even more crazy in itself. Get a job. Learn a trade, learn a skill. You've had, over 6-7 years to do something with yourself other than complain on the internet about this man's ex-wife. Right, so there is that. Then also this associate was trying to say that, the side chick is not the type to quote unquote call the cops on Martell, and that she's never going to do that since he basically finances everything for her. She's never going to tell on him if there was anything that was alleged that ever happened between them. They're trying to claim they've never heard of any such things, of any type of DV or anything like that as it pertains to them. However, it has been confirmed by the original Straight No Chaser and other bloggers that the side chick herself has spoken about Martell, and some of his tendencies and all of these things that are completely wrong and completely inappropriate, right? And also in this video, it is also alleged from other women that Martell allegedly messed with, that also have complaints of some type of DV that took place. There's even one that is alleging RAPE, which is just, it is just completely and utterly mad. I would think with people coming forward this day and age and exposing, abuse, exposing the treatment that they're receiving, and being, able to have the courage to come out and finally speak out about it, you would think with all this chaos that Martell tried to do by trying to paint his own ex-wife as an abuser, that these victims would come forward and say, you know what, Martell did this to me. When I was involved with Martell, and X, Y, and Z happened to me. Right? And so basically also the associate confirmed that Martell is living off the own checks, which I, suspected. That basically he's using the own checks to finance his life and pay for his side chick, basically, right? But still trying to look for ways to make money because none of his ventures work. Remember, he copied Mama Van's children's book, and nobody cared about that. He tried to do the wine. Nobody cared about that. He tried to get a hookup for the medium suits. Nobody purchased that. Because where's the next venture, right? Nobody cared. Nobody cared. Nobody is supporting Martell. So the problem is, all of these attempts have not worked for Martell because here's the thing, he has refused to do the work and actually take any accountability or responsibility. He is so, bent on trying to paint Melody Cherie as the problem, as the issue, and trying to taint her image and her reputation and all of these other things, that he has lost sight of everything. And so that is why, when they were, back in court once again, and Martell all of a sudden wants full custody, but the reality was he wanted access to Melody's financial records, he wanted access to the proceeds of Sugar Mama's line, and all of this other shenanigans because he is broke, which we've been saying. And currently, if he's still not filming for season 7, where is your source of income? Because if you're still a producer, then you're probably still going to get the producer check, but you're no longer getting the cast member check if you are no longer actually filming the show as a cast member. So this desperation, the reaching out to these bloggers, asking, for him to be on their platform so he can bash Melody Cherie for several hours and all these things. This was his last-ditch effort in hopes to, destroy Melody Cherie and his so-called receipts and everything else, but it backfired tremendously. And you're up here talking about how Mel doesn't have a storyline on the show, but she has plenty of storylines. She has plenty of businesses. Whoever, for whatever reason, just chooses not to show it because they prefer to show Mel in drama. But we know that Mel is booked and busy. We know Mel's sales are through the roof since Martell showed his behind once again. Right? So she's not hurting anywhere. She's got her, property or restoration masterclass that's $3,000 a pop that she's already graduated over 1,000 students by now, I'm sure. She has, of course, the music, the acting, the public speaking, the panelist work, also her merchandise, also 7th Avenue Beauty, also the lipsticks, also the Sugar Mama line. It's just like something after the other. It's like at least 10 or 15 business off the rip after this divorce from Martell. And Martell is pissed that he has no access to this. That, he feels for whatever reason that, is trying to blame Mel for dissolving the businesses, but you guys filmed the scene for the show where Mel told you to your face that she was dissolving all the businesses. How is she supposed to trust you when you're stealing money anyways? When you've been stealing money, spending it on your mistresses during the marriage. So he feels a way about, basically not being able to be involved in anything. He can't get anything going. He can't get any building stuff going. He can't build any houses. He doesn't have his builder's license. That's what Melody Cherie has. And don't be surprised if Melody Cherie, decides to start filming her building homes again. It wouldn't even matter, you guys. It wouldn't even matter. And meanwhile, Martell is left out in the dust. But he has nobody to blame but himself. If he actually took therapy seriously, if he actually took anger management seriously, if he actually tried to rebuild things with Melody Cherie and be friends with her and be a decent co-parent and all of the things, there could have been opportunities for Martell. He could have maximized this opportunity and had other opportunities come to him or have other people want to work with him and make some serious dough. But the problem is, nobody wants to work with somebody who is still obsessed with their ex-wife after they were the ones who cheated on her and got somebody else pregnant and all these other things, and still, even after being divorced a few years, still cannot move on. Feels that the only way he can get access to money is through Melody Cherie, because that's how warped his mind is, right? And because he can't get Melody Cherie back, because she left him for good, because she legally changed her last name, all he thinks he can do at this point is try to destroy Melody Cherie's reputation, but it continues to backfire. Because everybody knows the signs of a narcissist, and everybody knows the signs of the lies and the gaslighting and everything that people try to do when they want to try to frame you and make you look like the bad guy when it's really them. So Martell has nobody to blame but himself when it's all said and done. But it's just wild just how easily Martell lies and how easily his associates and the pick-me's and some of these people, these weirdos that believe Martell's lies. And it's like, come on now. Like, even if you are not a fan of Melody Cherie Rogers, you have to know, you have to use common sense and critical thinking at some point that everything that Martell is saying and doing is completely and utterly insane, and is not representative of somebody who has moved on, and is not representative of somebody who has matured, and is not a representative at all of somebody who is trying to be a responsible adult and be a good father and be an example for his children. And then I think the associate was talking about as well how, all this is going to be on social media and all this stuff for the kids. But here's the thing. Martell he's gone completely too far. So this whole blame Mel, or they're on a TV show, they should expect this with reality TV, they both humiliated each other, blah, 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 blah. Here's the thing, nobody told Martell to be in his feelings because he thought that he can have his cake and eat it too. And he thought that by telling Mel that she should just put up with him wanting multiple women at once, that she was going to stick around for that. No. On top of all of the other stuff that's probably worse off camera, behind the scenes. Mel probably wanted to push for this show so that it could save her and her kids from Martell, and she could get her plan together once again to leave him for good. How about that? Maybe initially she thought he was going to change for good and that he was done cheating, which is why, they had, Sugar Mama and everything else. She thought this was going to be, he was going to see the light. He was going to see the success of the show. He was going to see the ratings they brought in as a couple whenever they were the dominant storyline was getting, millions of views. And now they can barely get 300,000 views. So you've lost almost 1 million loyal fans with all of these shenanigans. And again, once this side chick just decided that she was going to come out the bushes and she was going to do a post on social media saying, you're looking for me, we weren't looking for you. We really weren't. But you wanted us to look for you. And we didn't care who you were. And so, with all that being said, Martell needs to look at the mirror and take accountability, and he needs to look at his side chick that she's destroyed everything for him. She is just as culpable as he is for the destruction of everything that's happened to him. And it's not, Mel's fault that he lied to all these women and sold a false narrative. And now they all see that it was Melody Cherie all along, who was making Martell look good, who was covering for Martell's misfortunes. But here's the part that I don't understand. If you're not on the show anymore, and you allegedly are a special education teacher, why can't you go back to teaching? Oh, I know why. Because that doesn't pay enough for you, right? That doesn't bring you the attention and the exposure that reality TV does. But the problem is you have destroyed your rep so much, even though you claim to be about your image, that you couldn't see that this was going to be harmful for you more than anybody else in the situation, besides your side chick who can't get anything going for herself. But this was going to be equally as bad for you, because you have shown that you are nothing outside of Melody Cherie Rogers. That you have nothing to bring to the table outside of Melody Cherie Rogers. And that's what grinds your ears. That's what makes you, have difficulty sleeping at night. That is why you are so pressed to try to find something to destroy Mel, and it keeps backfiring. So there is that. So let me know your guys' thoughts. What do you guys think of the revelations that was in, the audio of the side chick back from when she was pregnant, and Martell blowing through all the money in a couple of months and looking for get-rich-quick schemes, and just really being pressed that Mel is, really, making a name for herself with all these businesses. Meanwhile, Martell is living off the own check, and that's it. Trying to finance him and his mistress's lifestyle, alleged other victims of DV and everything else, and RAPE allegedly, that, for all intents and purposes, now would be the perfect time to come forward, after he's trying to, label his ex-wife as an aggressor, when we know what the real tea is, right? And then, of course, all of the lies that he told Tasha K in that interview, all that flip-flopping he did only for Martell's associate to confirm the complete opposite. But then it's weird too, because there's like random digs about Mel that are completely and utterly unnecessary from the associate. And then still the pushing of this councilman, you guys. Still pushing the councilman as Mel's man. Although Martell keeps saying he doesn't care about Mel and what she's got going on, but he seems obsessed with who she is or isn't involved with. So there is that. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post new content on my channel. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys again very soon.